What is up, Snarf Gang? Hope everyone's having a great day. So the McDonald's part 2 of the manga came out the other day, and I was pretty busy the other day. Plus, an old friend came over, so I was hanging out with them, so I didn't really have time to make it. So here I am today with part 2. And let me say, this part 2 was way better than the first part. The animated parts were still super cringe, but actually reading like the manga chapter, it was alright. So for this one, they took more of a romance turn, where these two, I'm guessing high school students, basically meet each other at a McDonald's, and they sit down at the same table because there are none left. The guy has a crush on the girl, and the girl kind of likes the guy. For some reason, the manager at the McDonald's can kind of sense this because he has love powers, which is kind of a weird and creepy power, but whatever. So he ends up like amplifying their feelings for each other, and then like when they touch each other's hands, like they basically go into this space dimension. Not literally, but like in a metaphorical sense. You know how it can be sometimes cartoonishly exaggerated, where like you feel like you're floating whenever you touch someone you like or whatever. That's basically what they did. But there was this one really cringe part where the girl was like saying, you know, revealing her feelings towards him, and she was like, I really like, and then he interrupts her to go like, the McDonald's sauce? And then she's just like, yeah, but I also really like you. And then he's like, bah! And then he falls out of his chair and he's like, I like you too. And then they're like, oh, so kindness and death. And then they like make out or something, I don't really remember. But the part where he's just like, I like, and he's like, the McDonald's sauce? If I was the girl and I did like him, I would stop liking him the moment he said that. That was so cringe. Bro has zero game, zero riz whatsoever. If a the McDonald's sauce? Bro, okay, hold on. Let me just play the clip from the animated one, because you can't really get a sense of just how stupid that sounded unless I play the clip for you. So here it is.
Kazuki!
This seat's empty.
Wait, could this be
A date? Go for it. Saved.
I love...
McDonald's sauce?
And you, Kazuki.
Oh, I love you too!
Hey! Try new savory chili McDonald's sauce, only at McDonald's.
If that didn't make you cringe, then I don't know what to say. You're either this guy or you got some sort of mental problem. But yeah, the manga goes into a little more detail as per usual. If you see my last one, the animated part's shorter. In the manga, they go more into detail with the guy with the love powers, because in the animated one they don't even really mention that. And like basically when someone likes someone else and uses his powers on them, they like start shooting hearts out or something, and they end up liking each other so much that the hearts fill up the entire restaurant, and he ends up having to open this hatch door that opens up a skylight, which the McDonald's has, for instance, like for some reason. I guess for this exact situation. Weird, but whatever. Anyway, then the hearts end up turning into fireworks, and they're like, yippee, I love fireworks. Also, we're in love, and there's fireworks. So romantic. And then they just have this throwaway line where they're like, did you know that there's actually a McDonald's on the moon? Which, if you remember my first video, that was in the Megazord characters character description, which I thought was like, I was misinterpreting that or something, but no, apparently there literally is a McDonald's on the moon in this universe. And okay, that was a little bit of a bombshell, did not expect that. But yeah, that was basically the animated short and the new McDonald's manga chapter. We also got a few new character descriptions on the website, so I'm gonna read some of those off for you. First up, we have a character description of the guy who has a crush on the girl in the news chapter. His name is Kazuki, and this is his character description. Kazuki holds study sessions at McDonald's and hopes to run into his coding class friend and crush, Shizuru, which is the girl. His older sister, Wicke, it's Wicke, so I don't know how that's pronounced, nags him not to wear headphones so much, but lo-fi beats quiet his loud inner thoughts. Geez, edgelord much. His cool composition can only do so much to hide the butterflies. So basically this guy is a antisocial weirdo, because he says shit like, the lo-fi beats quiet my loud inner thoughts. Dude, is this guy a psychopath or something? Like, what the hell is that supposed to mean? But, yeah, this is the guy that has the crush on the girl. If I were her, I would run far away from this guy if I knew what he was like, because that is weird. The wording used to describe the reason he wears his headphones is pretty strange. So, there's that. Next up, we have the character description of the girl that he likes, Shizuru. And this is her character description. In search of her next webcomic inspiration, Shizuru can be found frequenting art exhibits and libraries. During breaks, she catches up on her latest rom-com shows while snacking on McDonald's nuggets. Her OTP, I don't know what that means. It just says that. But, yeah, so she definitely seems more normal than the other guy. The other guy seems like kind of a freak weasel. She makes comic books and she watches rom-coms. Pretty average. Her character design is probably my favorite out of anyone so far, because they actually, like, put effort into it and didn't make it look super generic. So, that's an upside. I think this might be the best character so far, even though she's pretty basic. Like, she does seem like the kind of character you would expect to be in a manga series about people that love McDonald's sauce, you know, and she's not super annoying. So there's that. Next we have Jay. This is the guy that has the love powers in the manga, and this is his character description. The well-respected manager at McDonald's that everyone trusts. While he comes off cool-headed and chic, C-H-I-C, I don't know what that means, he can't help but melt when bonding over food. Anytime you catch him daydreaming about love, soft piano music is probably playing in his head. Okay, so yeah, this guy's pretty weird. If you remember correctly, I'm pretty sure this is the guy that was the guy who was nice to the Night Wolf guy, or whatever that blue-haired guy's name was, that made him stop being Destroyer Lonely. And, this guy is pretty weird. Seems like he just obsesses over other people's relationships for some reason. He's always daydreaming about love, and he bonds over food. Well, bonding over food is kind of something that everyone does. In case you didn't know that, that's like primitive human survival tactics. You know, when you bond over, like when you eat food, you're happier, especially with other people. That's like something literally every person on the planet does. But yeah, if I were you personally, I would not trust this guy. He was pretty quick to ship these two teenagers together that just walked into the restaurant without knowing if there were any relationships. Like maybe there's just a fleeting attraction that was there and they were already in committed relationships. This guy has no way of knowing. But who knows? I mean, there's not really much we can deduce about this guy from his description, other than the fact that he's always daydreaming about love, which is weird. I mean, if you have love powers and you can tell who has a crush on who, and you don't have a significant other, because you can tell who has a crush on who, and you can amplify their feelings, but you don't have a significant other, that says something about his personality and who he is. Because if just one person liked you, you would be with them, if you know what I mean. So let's just say I don't trust this guy, and I wouldn't want to be alone in a room with him. Next up, we have Carm, C-A-R-M. Weird name. I don't know why they would decide. Why not just name him Charm? Like, that's a weird name too, but it rolls off the tongue better, and it's also a manga, so it doesn't really matter if your character's name is like Charm or something. I think Charm probably would have been a better name for the manager because his powers are love-based, but let's just move along. This guy's character description says, "Just look at that face. Carm is a beloved crew member who is reserved yet charming. On the chance he's running late, he's probably taking his grandma to the park or going to dance class with the Wickizer 3000. Okay. Wait, so whenever this guy's late for work, he's just hanging out with his grandma? That seems pretty irresponsible. He's just fucking like with his grandma. That's weird. And he's also going to dance class. This guy was there for like 2 seconds in the manga. He was basically just standing next to the manager while he was using his love powers and being like, "Oh wow, these guys have a crush on each other? Jiminy Trisket. And you're gonna make them like each other more? Wow." That's basically all this guy did. Basically he's just an enabler. But not bad of a character description. This guy definitely seems kind of weird, but I mean, loving his grandma and taking dance classes means he's probably a basket case. The only thing I don't really think makes a lot of sense about his character description is when he's running late, he's usually with his grandma or taking dance classes. You mean to tell me you're that bad at scheduling? Like, you take hanging out with your grandma at the park over going to work, and you take dance classes over going to work. Does this guy not get a schedule or something? Do they just call him in at random times? Whenever I worked at McDonald's, you'd get your schedule like a week or 2 in advance. So this guy needs to get better time management, because I'm surprised this guy hasn't been fired yet. I mean, I get getting in late because you just looked at the schedule wrong or you forgot, but because you're late because you actively are doing something else that you have scheduled at that time slot is weird. But so yeah, that's the last character description. These guys are still kind of all antisocial weirdos and do not seem like something a real person would be like. They all still kind of seem like caricatures of people, except Shizuru. She seems like the only normal person in this bunch so far. But yeah, that is chapter 2 of the McDonald's manga. Let me check when the next chapter is coming out to let you guys know. Looks like it will be coming out March 11th, so I guess I will see you on that one. In this from the picture here, it looks like they're going to be going into this McDonald's on the moon for this one, so I guess be on the lookout for that. That looks like it's going to be kind of exciting. Anyway, see ya.